Hello, everybody. Welcome to OnPassive 360. We are here again, another week down the tubes. Let me change the screen. There we go. We have over almost 3,500 people, growing fast. We're going to get started. Mr. Mufara does have the link, even the new link. I apologize, the wrong link was put back there, but it's been changed. So if you see anybody or they're asking you, the revised link is in there in the updates of OFounder. To get started, let's go. One thing is we're still in the process of what Mr. Mufara brought up on the African webinar. They're probably moving in, and like we've all said, Red, myself, Chris, many leaders, is we fall in the process as we can. Nobody wants it faster than Mr. Mufara. So obviously we got a few more days to go, but I still believe by the middle of this month, it's going to be pretty crazy good. I really do. And it's been really quiet, so that means a lot's going on. And I'm glad to hear it. We're in the best business in the planet. As you know, or maybe if you've noticed, you should have, is OCONNECT is probably getting better every day. I use it every day. We use it at night. It's very clear. Everything's working very well. They are working on a few items, obviously. Some of the functions are going to be coming out daily, weekly, monthly. It's always going to be something added, something better, which is pretty cool. The African webinar was a big hit. Obviously, everybody had a good time, and appreciate all the people that Mr. Mufara brought on. The update from Mr. Tarek, when it was in writing, and I got to really see it, I went, whoa, this is pretty powerful, what their plans are and where they're going with Africa. I learned a lot about Africa. There's things I did not know. Did not know there was 54 countries there. So there's a lot going on, over 1 billion people, fertile ground to go with AI. I believe their average age is like 19, very young group of people, people in Africa. I don't know the whole story on that, but very young. And a lot of educated people looking for stuff to do. And AI is where we're going. Even told my grandkids the last couple of days that before you jump off into college or do any extra education, think about where the world's going. Don't just jump in, I want to be an engineer or something. See what's there, see what's coming. Because the world's changing and we could be part of it. Anyway, I'm going to turn it over to Red right now, and we'll get rocking and rolling. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Thanks very much, Marty. Hello, Chris. Nice to see you bright and breezy this morning. Look at that. Stetson on, sunglasses for full works. Woo! Okay, guys. Welcome. Glad that you have made the time for us on this OnPassive 360. As Marty has said, an invite has gone out to our CEO. Maybe we'll see him, maybe we won't. But I am very sure that if he's not on today, that we will see him some point this week, that's for sure, to update us all. So what has been going on in OnPassive land? Even though we might not think a lot has been going on, when you start delving into what has been going on in the peripherals and through what we as affiliates and users of the OnPassive products and services can see from our end, an awful lot really has gone on. So let's take you back to April the 24th, last Wednesday. What happened on this day? Well, we had a brand new website, onpassive.com, and it is still the same website. We haven't had an update to that as yet. And this one was, we had gone back to the blues, dark blues, light blues, yellows and whites of what we have seen quite a lot. The only difference with this is very much focused on the products that we have at the moment. And it is there for you all to see at OnPassive.com. That was on Wednesday the 24th. Also this day, OMedia put out a really cool video, which is to do with how AI, artificial intelligence, is going to help in the editing and production of videos. I'm highlighting this because many of us who do videos or want to do videos, when you start looking into it, it really is a bit of a minefield, isn't it, of how to do the editing part. Now, obviously, if you're just doing lives, it's not a problem. But if you want to do a more of a production kind of video, then when you start getting into it and wanting to edit it, putting in music, cutting it, pasting it, etc., it's really, really hard, in all honesty. And it takes a long time to master the production side of it. Anyway, OMedia brought out a really cool video of how AI is going to help within this industry, and it's got links within that to take you to other parts of OMedia that are going to help with the editing and production of videos. So I thought I'd highlight that. You can check this out at omedia.ea or via Facebook to the official OMedia site as well, and you'll be able to see it there. Also, last Wednesday, link number 68 was added to the My Link section of your ecosystem, and that is from the previous website. So they're getting very quick now at putting up the links in the My Link section. Remember, those links are coded to you. If you send them to anybody and that person decides to put their information into the ecosystem to join as a user, then that person will fall into your organization. How cool is that? Then we move on to Thursday, 25th. What happened on Thursday the 25th? Big day. We had a really big webinar called Go Africa, if you remember, and our CEO was on this as well. This was organized by many of our African brothers and sisters to bring the African continent together. Comfort for one, Collins Manor and Charles Osong, just to name a few, that had all collaborated together to try and bring the African continent together. Ash was super excited and impressed by this, and he graced us by our presence. Some really good information came out of Go Africa. The notes for this have already been posted up on the OFounders update section. Daryl Cook, Janet Butler, Dan Street, and also Peter Sarer put those together. If you noticed and seen the recording, which was put out on many of the YouTube channels, Ash showed us a lot of new people that have joined OnPassive as employees. They are younger entrepreneur people from the African continent that have joined the OnPassive team. They are there to enhance it, and many of them now are working out of the Dubai office. So it was great to see new faces, really, wasn't it, who had joined OnPassive. Also, later on that day, the notes, as I said, were put into the back office, and also their pop-up on your ecosystem showed the recording of this that was shared between Comfort Comfort's YouTube channel and also Colin Manor's channel as well, which was great to see. Friday, the recordings obviously were put out, and myself, Marty, Chris did a brief recap of what was going on Go Africa. And Saturday, what happened? Saturday, Daryl Cook posted in the update section of your OFounders back office the snippet of Dr. Taruk, what he was talking about of what was happening in Africa, and also what it's all meaning. Now, if you have not read this part of what he was talking about, go into your back office, go to updates and read it. Exciting, exciting times. There really was two parts to this. One was how they are developing something that is going to reduce the data usage across the African continent by up to 25%. Now, this is obviously going to be a huge hit. for all of the people that pay for data. Just by reducing that is going to cut the costs for many, many people, because I know that data is very expensive on the African continent, also through India and Bangladesh as well. That's going to make a huge difference. But more importantly, he was talking about the initiative that they are bringing to the African continent through education, and how many governmental departments and also universities, colleges and schools are really on board with this. Now, we've been told about this before. This is one of the projects that he's been working on through Egypt for a very long time, and they are literally waiting in the backgrounds at the moment to release this. This is going to be big. And when I mean big, guys, probably, in my opinion, bigger than what we are using now as OCONNECT. This has massive ramifications as far as learning is concerned, and it was great to read. Go and read it. It's in your OFounders back office under the updates section, and you will get that little snippet of there. That was put there on Saturday. Sunday, the 28th, quiet day from our point of view. Monday, the 29th came around. What happened on Monday? We had a extension to OCONNECT for 10 days. Now, I will reiterate what Marty and Chris were saying yesterday on their live. We've been given 10 days. This does not necessarily mean that it will run the full course of that 10 days. If you heard our CEO on Go Africa, he was very much saying that he was hopeful that things would start moving by the end of April. And obviously, that was his intention. That's what he wanted to do. But also, guys, we need to remember and understand that when there are third parties involved, things are sometimes taken out of your control. We believe this is what's happening at the moment. Nobody wants things to start more than the company itself. So we were given 10 days extension. Okay. This is confirmed in your subscriptions, in the My Subscriptions of your OES, and also in the OWallet. You'll see the extension there as an executive bonus with the dates on it. Also, on the Monday, the 29th, sorry, we were given a 15-day extension for OTRACKER at the same time. Tuesday, then, as far as Tuesday was concerned, the 30th, the last day of April, very quiet, I'm afraid. Nothing went on for that today. And here we are on Wednesday, and I shall recap what happens today next week. That's it from me. Back to you, Chris.
Thank you, Red. Great job, Marty. Always great job. Good morning to the family of OnPassive. I don't have nothing, but I do have a few words to say about some of our founders right now that need some prayers. And I like doing this because I have a bigger 5,500 people today that can help us out. Right now, we have a young lady, Jennifer Dickinson, one of our founders, our sister, who's going through at a surgery. They couldn't do something. They couldn't get in something, and she needs to go through more stuff. Pray for her. Narelle Warkan has got a virus, a pretty bad virus, caused by a mosquito bite, I believe. She's in a lot of pain. I ask you to pray for her. Ron Hobart, personal prayers, needs a lot of help. Shoot him some out. My brother, Harold Fox, I haven't seen or heard. I heard from him the other day. He had made a phone call or talked to Manu, and he's doing a lot better. Robin Noble, all the ones I've asked for in the last couple of months, we're still praying for you. A lot of people have came out of into recovery because of the prayers, I believe. Just keep going where it's going. Now, this morning, as I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning, when I went to bed at 4:55, I had a couple minutes to look at some stuff. And if you know me, I like shifting through YouTubes and TikToks and looking for some inspirational stuff. And I found this one, which I read to Marty and read earlier. I thought was interesting. Last year, Netflix made $25 billion without owning any theaters. Uber made $9.9 billion without owning any cars. Airbnb made $9.9 billion without owning any homes. DoorDash made $2.2 billion without owning any restaurants. And then the bottom, it says, you don't need to own anything to make money. I can't imagine what the impact, in 2 years from now, 3, 4, 5 years from now, what it's going to say about OnPassive, about the founders who joined. And technically, we don't really own anything. We own products and stuff like that. But I got to imagine we're going to be breaking a lot of records where other companies are just breaking. And I thought that was some pretty cool stats. And I really can't wait for that. Now, every day you see us three get it. Now, number one, I want to thank everyone for watching our lives every day. We try to keep you updated as much as we can. We throw some silly things in there. We laugh, we cry, and we're out there trying to keep you motivated and keep you on top of things. I ask that you join all of our YouTubes if you haven't already. There's Red's Marty and mine. Like it and click and get those going and share them out to people. Your organization, maybe they haven't seen it. And we got a million. Well, let's say we got 800,000 founders. We'd like to see all those 800,000 founders join YouTube so we can get them more information so they don't guess. Reason being, when everything gets going, we always said once it gets going, there's going to be a lot more questions. We want to keep those questions where everyone knows everything once it gets started. So, we get a lot of feedback. We get a lot of crap sometimes from people all around the world in our beliefs. And I found a great saying for that. They laugh at us because we're different. I laugh at them because they're all the same. Which I love that because I think it's a wonderful thing to say. I'm different. Marty's different. Red's different. We're all different, but every one of us wants something better. People that come in and say, nah, no thanks, I don't want to. They just like being sitting in that hole they're in. I climbed out of my hole after I retired when I joined OnPassive. I thought the hole was comfortable and everything was perfect in it. And I realized it's not so perfect. I need more. I need different. And I think OnPassive is going to give us the more. I don't think. I know OnPassive is going to give us the more and the different. I love the company because it is unique. I love the fact that no one else has ever done this before. That's a plus for me. Never done this before. I like the fact that every single country in the world has come together with OnPassive and not be judgmental. Just come out and accept everyone for who we are, whether it's your culture, languages. We know all kind of languages now, not by my heart. I know a few words in every country, and that's pretty cool. I know Ash Bafar on a daily basis. He goes to bat every single day with the Mohammeds, with the Professor Susans, with the tech team, with every country in the world that owns a building right now in OnPassive that's running something. We don't know about other countries. The buildings they're at, we don't know what they're doing. And I like it that way. I myself never have to walk into Burj Khalifa and say, oh, which one's our office? I already know which ones our office are. I don't question any of that. You know why? Because I don't have to do anything. I don't want to worry about stuff like that. That's why I got into this company. I don't have to worry about anything. I own the greatest business in the world, and yet I have no responsibilities but to pay my taxes. I really, really love that. So now my favorite thing I read today, and I listen to this, and I'm going to read it. How big would you dream if you knew you couldn't fail? One step in the right direction, and you're halfway there to your dreams. I believe every one of us took that step. I believe everyone had the faith to come and join a company, especially after people of 20 years getting online and failing. I've witnessed this company bring people out like you never would ever see in anything else. I witnessed the CEO on a weekly basis, talking to him personally, being transparent, whether he was happy or sad, sick or healthy. The man has been there. He doesn't always come out sometimes. And when he's doing that, that means we know he's working behind the scenes very, very hard for all of us. I'm 100% faith in OnPassive. I have 100% faith in Ashmafar and what he's doing for all of us. I don't doubt it. And if I do doubt it, I go fishing. Okay. The world today is a crazy place. Let's be honest. It's a hateful place. The only love and passion I've gotten is OnPassive. Coming and witnessing smiles from every country in the world. Witnessing smiles to people that are in so need right now, and they're smiling because they know what's coming through OnPassive. That blows me away. That blows me away, the faith. I still believe in people. I still believe there's a lot of good people out there, and the good people I've seen have joined OnPassive. Why? Because they want change. They want better for the world, better for their families. And the sad thing, the good thing is a lot of them put the world in front of their own personal self, which I think is a great thing. That's a founder. We care about everyone. Yep, we're all going to take care of our families, but we're going to care about everyone else too. We're always here, the three of us, and there's more, not only to get you information, but to help you through a lot of things. And there's things, Marty and I and Red, we're talking about getting us, what else do you want to see when we're doing our lives? James Yates texted us yesterday about showing some videos on how to do certain things in OCONNECT, how to run OCONNECT, because he wants to take it to his team and he wants to do his OCONNECT. That's a step in the right direction, James. I believe Marty's going to work on that one. I think Red will probably work on that, and I'll be in the background saying, yep, looks good to me. I'm not the technical guy. James, you're going to do great. Jerry Nix, I forgot to add him into our prayers about his wife. Jerry Nix reached out and asked us for some help on certain issues. We're there for you. Listen, OnPassive is there for you. Ashmafar is there for you. We are all one team, one family. I wouldn't even call us a company. I'd call us the greatest thing that ever happened to this world, to this earth, in this time. It's our time. I'm going to shine in our time. I'm going to make other people shine in our time. And OnPassive is going to make us all shine. Marty DeGarmo, back to you.
All righty. I'm not going to say you didn't have anything because that would be really dumb. Anyway, thanks for not having anything, Chris. It works very well every week. The other thing, going back, Red said it again, and we've talked about it. This connectivity that has been increasing in OnPassive is probably one of the most powerful things we can do. Anything to do with communication. It's getting better all the time. When they brought up last week that it's going to get 25% better than it is now, that means we're going to reach more people. Because a lot of people took this journey on a slideshow instead of a video. In other words, it was kind of breaking all the time. You get bits and pieces and then some info. And, thank God most of the people told exactly what was going on, even if they couldn't see it live. But to know that it's getting better, that's massive. It's massive for everyone. And then when OPAL comes out and all that, anytime you can communicate and reach that bridge where you're connecting more people in the world, that's powerful. That's going to make a big, big impact. And once again, I want to say to people, AI is here to stay. You can embrace it. You can be part of it, or you can be a spectator. Why not be part of it? The company's doing all the work. You just jump in, take a ride on the magic carpet. Like I said, right now it seems kind of quiet. Oh my God, what's going on? That's when a lot's going on. We've been proving that how many times in 6 years. So be ready, keep looking out. Things are going to be, I think thousands of people are going to be very, very surprised. I really, really do. And like I said, once it gets moving, let's remember something. When we're waiting, whatever, for the payments and the bonuses, whatever it is, they're still working behind the scenes on everything else. It's not like everybody's on that. They got a certain group on there. They got lawyers on there. But the company is full steam ahead. So when this does break free and the bottlenecks opened up, we're going to see products boom, 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 boom coming out. No doubt about it. Look at the videos they're doing. They probably did 10 or 15 videos just on OTRACKER, in the last couple of weeks. And the same thing about ONET. They're doing the same, a lot about ONET, a lot about doing podcasts. Now we look at it and say, well, you know, it needs a little tweaking. It's being done. It's being done. The minimum quality that we're ever going to have is the OCONNECT we have right now, and it's better than anything on the planet. So just think about that. We're on our way to bigger and better things for sure. Red, you got any closing things you want to say?
One thing actually, because it's funny, isn't it? When we talk, we piggyback a lot off and it's, you know, it gets something going. And I've just looked it up, and the reason I did is because I can remember reading about, which you probably all know out there, of Blockbuster and Netflix and the story behind that and all the rest of it. And the reason I wanted to look it up was because who does this remind you of, right? And this is a quote from the co-founder, Reed Hastings, of Netflix. And he is the executive chairman of Netflix. He's often quoted as saying he decided to invent Netflix after being charged $40 in late fees for failing to return a copy of Apollo 13 to Blockbuster. In the end, he got his revenge when Netflix helped drive Blockbuster into bankruptcy in September of 2010. Now, the reason I've just picked that out and to bring it to our attention of who does it remind you of is, what is our CEO doing? He has invented and put together OnPassive because he wants to be the correction to the corruption. He wants to be able to change the norm of what is there on the internet as far as doing business is concerned. He wants to give the majority of people a fair crack of the whip to be able to make money online squarely, fairly, legally, above board, without ripping anybody else off. This is why OnPassive was put together. And that having that vision of wanting to change stuff is exactly the same as why Netflix wanted to put something together, to go against the grain of what they didn't think was reasonable and fair. And that is why it was put together. And now, look, you don't have to know or understand the story. The story has evolved as far as Netflix and Blockbuster, etc. And also, if you remember, Netflix were just a DVD rental company themselves, but it was all by mail order. And then they evolved through the streaming industry as technology got better. Don't you think this is exactly what is going to happen to OnPassive? We have the people in place that are going to evolve with technology. We're going to embrace it and bring new things in. The model that you see of OnPassive today is certainly not going to be as Netflix is 25 years later on. I thought I'd bring that to the table because it was very interesting, isn't it, that when you have individuals who are determined to change how things are done because they see the inequality, they see the unfairness of how things are done, then it really does stoke their desire to want to drive forward a new business model. I believe this is what Ashmi Farah is trying to do. That new business model is OnPassive, and we are certainly here in the infancy, but I can assure you of one thing, it's going to be massive in the future. Back to you, Marty.
Well, now I'm thinking of something, you know, that's right. You know, a big thing's going to happen that I brought up and we talked about before, and I might have said it here or whatever. When somebody down the road, when people find out that they can have OCONNECT for a given price, and they look at what the functions are and what comes with it, I want you to picture there's a couple things involved there. One is emotion or how you feel. And I don't know about you, but I would imagine if I had one of the other products, and I don't want to mention the name, and I'm paying X amount of money, and all of a sudden here comes this company called OnPassive with OCONNECT, for example, and I get 10 times more features or 100 times more features, and it's 70 to 80% less in cost and I can make a commission just by sharing it, I might be a little upset. I might look back and say, wait a minute. I spent this much in this company for that, and they're giving it to me for this. There's no way this company can make it any cheaper than they did. So they were just gouging me for every cent I had. I'd be upset. So think about viral. Think about what people want. Companies are laying off bad in some areas, okay? So on the bottom line, they need and want to save money. OnPassive is going to be that for many, many companies, from small to medium to Fortune 500. I believe without a doubt. They use all these tools. And if you could get these tools like we see, like OCONNECT, how much of a salesman do you need to be? Because I guarantee when you're hurt and you feel like you were taken advantage of, you'll share a good news. You'll go back and say, yeah, well, you know how I'm doing this with you? Yeah, I've been doing it for months, years. Come look at this. Oh, no, we're going to do a webinar here. No, we're not. Look at what this is. And they go in and see what they can have for that, the price that OnPassive is going to sell it for. Come on. It's over. It's over. There goes your viral. Give people what they want at an unbelievable price, and updated and upgraded every day, every month without downloading anything. You just log in and you've got yourself a new OCONNECT every month. Come on. I mean, and that's one product. That is the drive of the company, to give everybody above market value, way above. Listen, these people that have video conferencing platforms, top 5, they all stay within a very short range of cost. And every one of them could do it cheaper, but they don't. They actually raise the price slowly because they're all doing it. And you think, okay, this one's 5% more, or this one's 2. Then you start looking at the functions, but you're in that rat race to see how much money they can take out of people. OnPassive says, no, let's do this different. Let's give them even better quality, higher technology, AI, and let's do it for 50, 67% less cost. I mean, come on. It's not brain surgery. Listen, let's remember something. A big chunk of people, probably 90% or more, are going to come to OnPassive not as a OnPassive affiliate. They're going to come in as a customer. They're going to come in to use it. They're going to come in to share it with their company. And let me tell you what, I don't need a lot of imagination to say this is going to explode. And we're all part of it. Just use common sense. Common sense. People that would never share something are going to be telling people. If I was in a meeting with somebody in the other companies, and we go every week, every month, 500 capacity, 1,000 capacity, I know what it costs. You don't think I'm going to go back and say, guys, well, let's meet over here. Oh, no, we're not. You got to see what I found. It could be a hero, but no matter what, they join us, see? So it's pretty cool. Chris, you got anything? Okay, are you done, Red? All right, we're going to wrap this up, and thank you, everybody, for coming. Listen, I want to say this again. Mr. Mufaro does not have to come on 360 to make an announcement. He could even say, how quick can you get people together? And boom, we've done it many, many times. Always look at the pop-up. Nobody, let me say this again. I don't care where you live, who you are, how you're struggling. Nobody wants this to go any more than Mr. Mufaro. No one. So when you're thinking, I don't know, he's riding this thing as hard as he can. And so is his staff. So let's just do our part, which is we don't have to do a lot. Tell the truth, share the truth, and let's do the right thing. Anyway, thanks everybody, and we'll see you very soon, actually.